In this problem, question 4, we're going to calculate the unemployment rate for Crocatia, a fictional country that we've been calculating other things for. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to copy this data into Excel, and it has the size of the labor force, the number of people in Crocatia's labor force who are either looking for work or are working. And then we have the number of people in the millions who are employed in this fictional country. Now, to be considered employed, you either have to work 15 hours or more for nothing, for no pay, in a family-owned business, or you have to work at least 1 hour a week for pay to be considered employed. So I've already copied the data into Excel. And for 2014, to calculate the number of people in millions who are unemployed, all you do is you take the difference of the size of the labor force and the number of people employed. And you get 0.793 million, or 783,000 people unemployed. And then you do the same thing for the year 2015. The 14.8 million people in the labor force in 2015 minus the number of people who are working 1 hour a week for pay or are working 15 hours at least a week for no pay in a family-owned business. And you get 0.929 million unemployed workers, or 929,000 unemployed workers. Now again, this is Excel, so all you have to do is pull that down, all right? So it looks like the level of unemployment is highest in 2017, where 1.572 million people are looking for work. In order to be considered unemployed, you have to be looking for work. Okay, now the unemployment rate is just the number of people unemployed divided by the size of the labor force. Okay, so we're going to take the number of people unemployed and divide by the size of the labor force, and then we multiply that by 100 to turn it into a percent. And then I'll shrink it down to 3 decimal places, and then pull it down, and you can see that the unemployment rate is the highest in 2017 at 10.47. And again, it's just the number of people unemployed divided by the number of people who are in the labor force. I'm going to copy this stuff in one at a time into my open math. I'll spare you the details. And you can see that I've copied the data in from Excel. We have 5.68% unemployment in 2014, 6.277% unemployment in 2015, 3.312% unemployment in 2016, and then it jumps up to 10.47% unemployment in 2017. So I suspect the year 2017 is not a very good year in terms of GDP and unemployment. Then I hit enter to see if I got the answers right. And sure enough, I got them all right. The only thing we have left to do is to calculate the average unemployment rate in Crocatia. So we go back here, and then right here we're going to type equal average. And then highlight the numbers. So we got equal average E3, which is that. The colon means 2, so 2E6 right there. Close parenthesis and then hit enter. And the average unemployment rate is 6.357. And we hit enter and we get them all right. Now, if the natural rate of unemployment is 6.357, then the economy would be in an inflationary gap in 2014 because the unemployment rate, actual unemployment rate, is less than that. The inflationary gap is still present in 2015 because its unemployment rate is less than that. if this is in fact the natural rate of unemployment. And then the inflationary gap has gotten even wider because the unemployment rate is even smaller. But then we look in 2017 and the unemployment rate is much more than 6.357. So in this situation, we'd be in a recessionary gap. And that's it for question 4.